So, Admiral Stavridis, there's so many things that are so effing. It's early in the morning. I'm going to give moms and dads across the East Coast a break.
Yeah, you just don't need to do it.
So crazy. But what is so disturbing, especially for those concerned about the implementation of the Insurrection Act, is you have a guy here in a book that is saying that America's on decline and dying. That's a lie. It's a total, absolute lie. Our military is stronger than any time since 45 relative to the rest of the world. Our economy, the envy of the world. I was overseas this weekend. I can tell you, everybody wringing their hands, asking why they can't be more like America. Our allies across Europe just looking at our strength economically right now and just beyond themselves. I mean, America economically stronger than it has been in such a long time relative to the rest of the world. And yet we have a guy who wants to be head of the DOD talking about America dying, America collapsing, America in the 11th century. This is the Crusades. There is going to be a civil war. The military and the police are going to take up arms against its own people. What do you say to the Republican senators and the Democratic senators that are going to have to vote on this nominee?
I'm going to pick up three threads. One is the personal character issues. I think those are very, very important. I think more to follow on that as the FBI report comes out. I thought significant that Secretary-designate Hegseth indicated supposedly to Lindsey Graham that he is going to allow the woman who he allegedly sexually assaulted to be free of her non-disclosure. All of that is going to come out. Character matters. Number two, what you just unpackaged, Joe, it's the policy questions. I agree with your assessment of all that. I want to add one that didn't come out vividly there, and it's his comments about women. Women in combat, women in the armed forces. He's trying to kind of walk back from that, but the gist of his commentary thus far has been women are not additive to the mission of the Department of Defense. Look, I commanded thousands of women in combat starting in 1993 when I was captain of a destroyer with a crew that had both men and women. I've commanded women in carrier strike groups under my command in Afghanistan and U.S. Southern Command. Women at the Naval Academy, we talked about the Army-Navy game, there are 22 guys on the field. There are 8,000 people in the stands from Annapolis and West Point. 1/3 of them are women. So that basket of policy issues, both the ones you described, and I want to hear from him, full-throated support for women in combat in the military, because that's the reality. You can't man 100% of the force with 50% of the population. That's a recruiting challenge no one will overtake.
Yeah.